guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Taylor. I'm a stay-at-home mom of two, and I share these dinner videos every week to hopefully give you guys some dinner inspiration. I hope that if you are new and you like these kinds of videos that you'll subscribe down below so that you don't miss any of my future videos. As a reminder, any recipes that I use, I try to always link down below. I use recipes from all over the place, Pinterest, other various websites, recipes from my own cookbook, but if there is a link that I can find, I try to link it down below. And if I forget and you're curious about something, leave me a comment, let me know, and I will be sure to update the description box. Now, let's get into this week's What's for Dinner. It is Friday, and tonight for dinner I am making spaghetti, because if you've been here a while, you know on Fridays I like to keep it easy because it's grocery shopping day. And earlier today I actually did some meal prep and got some things ready for some dinners that we're going to have throughout the week. And one of those things was cooking some ground beef for spaghetti tonight, because I already had to cook some ground beef for some chili that we're going to have later. So I have the meat already cooked. I'm just going to heat it up, and I'm going to season it with some garlic powder, salt, pepper, and then I'm going to add in this Kroger marinara sauce. And then I have some water back here that's going to come to a boil, and we're going to make some noodles. Okay, spaghetti is done, so there's that, and then to go with it, I'm just having a little side salad with some romaine lettuce, some cucumbers, carrots, and everything but the bagel seasoning. Lily has cucumbers and carrots, Elijah has cucumbers, carrots, and salad. And that is our quick and easy dinner for Friday. Hey guys, it is Saturday, and tonight for dinner we are doing some copycat Taco Bell, and I am making quesadillas and cheesy fiesta potatoes. So, if you've been to Taco Bell, which who hasn't, you know that on their quesadillas they have like a special sauce. So I'm starting by making that tonight. For that I have 1/4 cup of mayonnaise in here, and then I'm going to need 2 teaspoons of minced pickled jalapenos. So I already did that, and then I'm also going to need 2 teaspoons of the juice from the jalapenos. Then we're going to need some sugar, 2/3 of a cup of sugar. No, a cup. That'd be way too much. 2/3 of a teaspoon of sugar, which I'm just going to guesstimate on that. We're going to need some cumin, some paprika. It calls for cayenne pepper, which I don't have, so I'm going to use chili powder instead. And then some garlic powder and some salt. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first so I can get this in the fridge so it can be nice and incorporated when it's time to make the chicken. And then I'm going to get started on the potatoes. For the potatoes, I have about 2 pounds of potatoes back here that I am going to peel and cube up into like 1-inch pieces. And then I have a Ziploc bag, and in this bag I'm going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/4 of a teaspoon of cumin and some salt and pepper. I'm going to shake up the potatoes in this bag really well so that they get nicely coated. And then they're going to fry in a pan with 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of oil, till they're like nice and golden, and then I'm going to cook them till they're soft. But then we're going to add them to the oven on 475 so they get really good and crispy. Cheesy fiesta potatoes from Taco Bell are probably my favorite thing that they have because they're so crispy and just delicious. So I'm really excited to try to make them at home. While my potatoes are cooking away, I've got another pan back here with some oil and butter as well. And I've got 2 chicken breasts that have been thinly sliced. And I'm going to season them with salt and pepper and get those cooked up back there. Okay, everything is done. The potatoes could be a little bit crispier. Some of the edges are. The kids are hungry, so I'm just not going to worry about it. They're still going to taste good, just not be as crispy. Some of them, like, really did get really crispy. I will probably throw them back in the oven. We're just going to eat now. And then they'll be super crispy for Andy when he does eat. So here's the kids' plates. They're splitting the first quesadilla. They've got some potatoes. And then this is the Rico's nacho cheese sauce. They have it on the side. And then I have cheese sauce and sour cream, just like I was at Taco Bell. But yeah, I tasted the sauce that was on the quesadilla, and it tastes exactly like Taco Bell. So that is going to be our dinner for Saturday. It is Sunday, and tonight for dinner we are having Mississippi country style ribs. So it's just like Mississippi pot roast, but with country style ribs instead. So these bone-in pork loin country style ribs, I got them on markdown for $2.44 pounds, so $7.19. This is 2.95 pounds, so just under 3 pounds. And I'm just going to add these to my crock pot. They are still semi-frozen, so I am going to cook it on high. And to that, I'm just going to add the same things you would add to Mississippi pot roast: a package of ranch, a package of au jus gravy or brown gravy, whatever you want to use, some pepperoncinis and a little bit of the juice, and 1 stick of butter. To go with the Mississippi ribs tonight, we are going to have some rice. So I'm going to be attempting to make white rice in my pressure cooker for the first time. So I've got 1.5 cups of rinsed white rice that I'm adding in here. And then I'm going to do 1.5 cups of water. And then just a little splash of olive oil, because I was reading that it helps it be less sticky. So it says like a teaspoon, so I'm just gonna eyeball it, and then we're gonna do some salt. Gonna give that a stir. I turned it to sealing, and now I'm going to use the rice setting for the first time ever. It says high pressure, and then it said 3 minutes. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to naturally release all of the pressure, and then I'll be back. Okay, the rice naturally released for 18 minutes and then like there was no steam left in it when I went to release it, and it's perfect. It's like slightly sticky but not really. The pieces just kind of fall apart from each other and nothing's stuck, and it's perfect texture. It's literally perfect rice. So here are the kids' plates. They've got the rice with a little bit of the gravy from the Mississippi ribs, some corn, and of course the rib meat. There's the other one. Here is my plate. And then I just removed, like, because it's ribs, there's bones and like some bigger pieces of fat. So I just removed those and shredded everything up. So this is what's left. Plenty for Andy to have when he gets home, and then probably lunch for him tomorrow, and for me. Yeah, plenty of food left. That's gonna be dinner for Sunday. It is Monday, and tonight for dinner we are having chili. It is Elijah's birthday, and he requested chili for dinner. We're gonna have some family over and just make a big pot of chili for everybody to eat. This recipe is one that Andy came up with like 6 years ago at least, and I typed it up, and it's actually on Pinterest like this, so you can pin it if you want to. He like threw a bunch of stuff together from some different chili recipes, and as he like threw stuff in, he wrote it down, and yeah, we've never made another chili recipe since. So for it, you need some onion and green pepper diced up. You need 2 pounds of ground beef, which I have already cooked. Usually what I would do is cook the ground beef with the onion and green pepper and some seasonings and like simmer it on the stove, but I'm not doing that today. I'm just going to throw everything in the crock pot today. We've got 3 cans of chili ready tomatoes, some cumin, red pepper, oregano, chili powder, garlic powder, and then we'll need salt as well, some tomato paste, a big can of tomato sauce, this is 29 ounces, and then we like all of the beans, so we have a can of pinto beans, a can of light red kidney beans, and a can of dark red kidney beans, and I drain and rinse all of the beans. And the last thing you need is some of these dried red chili pepper things that you take out at the end. And the only other thing we will need is some water. We'll fill the crock pot up with water. If you have a crock pot that is smaller than 6 quarts, don't make this recipe because it literally won't fit. This is going to come all the way to the top of this crock pot. Yeah, so if you're making it smaller, you'd have to like half it. So I'm just going to throw everything in, stir it up, and then it's going to cook on low all day. Okay, everybody's gonna be here soon. It's like 6:20. I told everybody food at 6:30. So I usually always forget to film when everybody's here. So I'm doing it before they get here. This is what the chili is looking like. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out those peppers. There's one of them. And just toss those. And then we'll be ready to eat. I've got everything set up. Plates, bowls. I made some cornbread muffins. This is the Krusty's brand. I think that's what it is. It's Southern cornbread. I made some muffins, and then I made a big pan of just cornbread. I think people are getting here because my dog is barking. Got some sour cream, some cheese, some hot sauce if people want it a little bit hotter. And then over on the table, we have some saltines and some cupcakes for the birthday boy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elijah. Happy birthday to you.
Eat more chicken.
This night is Tuesday, and I'm starting off by roasting some veggies. I've got some broccoli and carrots that I'm adding some olive oil and Badia Complete seasoning to. And then this went in the oven on 425 for 10 minutes. And then on another pan, I've got some tilapia. And in a small bowl, I'm mixing some melted butter with some garlic powder and Italian seasoning. And then I seasoned the tilapia with some salt and pepper and then brushed on that butter mixture. And then I sprinkled it with some Parmesan cheese. And this went in the oven on 425 for 20 minutes. And after the broccoli and carrots cooked for 10 minutes, I added on some sliced yellow squash and baked it for 15 more minutes. Okay, dinner is done. So there's the tilapia that I made. And then we've got the squash and the carrots and the broccoli. And then I'm having cornbread because there was a ton left over from last night. But I made rice pilaf for everybody else. So here's Elijah's plate. So tilapia, rice pilaf. It's like rice-a-roni brand. And then all the veggies and Lily's looks exactly the same. And that is going to be dinner for Tuesday.
Okay.
It is Thursday. And I think I forgot to film dinner last night. Also, it was Wednesday, and we just had leftover chili and stuff, so I forgot to film it.
Happy Halloween, guys! Happy Halloween!
It is Thursday, and it's Halloween, and we are having pizza. So that's what I planned, because it's easy, and this is garlic bread pizza. I shared this before. It's just like a loaf of garlic bread from like the deli section or bakery section. And then I just put some pizza sauce, cheese, and pepperoni on it. And then it's going to be our dinner tonight. The kids have some cucumber and carrots as well. I'm also snacking on a carrot. But yeah, that is going to be our dinner for Thursday. And that wraps up another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, I'd love it if you subscribe down below if you like these kinds of videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!